$4.50. In here, I can't. It's locked. It's locked, Jimmy. I can't get it. It's locked. I'm telling you.
You know what you got to get is this odorless garlic.
Yeah.
This is my tip right here. It's like it has the effect of garlic, but it doesn't smell. You just take like a couple tablets.
Yeah, but there's
with your meal.
There's a bunch of other shit in there too. That's not just garlic.
It's just garlic, sunflower oil, and garlic, gelatin.
Gelatin.
A little bit of pork.
You got some whale fat in there. Pork too.
Yeah, a little bit. It's the white man's pork.
Oh, dude, I accidentally gave my brother something like that. It's against his religion to eat pork, and he's
what religion's your brother?
Out. I gave him some. I don't even know, to be honest. One of those
you can't
religions,
eat pork?
you can't eat pork.
He's Jewish or something, or is it Muslim?
How many are there you can't eat pork? I don't know.
No, Muslims can't eat pork. I think Jewish people don't eat. I think so.
Yeah, it's against his religion. He hasn't eaten pork in forever. And
wow.
I accidentally gave him a pill like that.
Pork is in everything, though. Anytime you get something fried up. I mean, like, even if you just get like eggs or something fried at a diner, you know they're frying that in some grease.
Right.
Yeah.
That bacon fat.
Yeah, it tastes better.
You know, I had one of those pans. You know those pans you get? They were on Amazon, but they're the cast iron skillets, and you got to season them.
Oh, the kind you can't clean?
Yeah, you got to
It just like develops like a
well, you
bunch
got
of
to
stuff
put
on top.
fat in there.
Yeah. People get really like... people get mad at you if you try to wash them off.
I never understood. Oh, I washed mine. I could still hear the scratching from the thing. It's driving me crazy, like nails on a chalkboard.
Yeah.
But either way, there's too much work involved. Like, you have to have special kinds of fat. I didn't know anywhere where I could just buy fat lard. You just need to put real fat in there.
It's like a whole lifestyle you're buying into.
Yeah.
It's like, I just want to cook these eggs and keep them moving.
It's people
I don't got all day.
Fry up vegetables really good. Like, a lot of vegans get those pans. They say it makes the vegetables taste like meat.
I guess, but it's like I think it's just some people just want to spend more time with their pans.
I feel like
I got shit to do.
You gotta have a good career to have that. You know, to have a skillet with where you could just leave fat in it. Like, dude, if we left fat in a skillet here, there'd be a raccoon, a damn possum would be in our window.
Yeah, who needs it?
I need a luxury building for that type of pan.
Yeah.
You know, you ever live somewhere with one of your friends and you spill out the grease and they're so pissed? Like, I remember people saved the grease for 3 weeks. There's fucking flies in it.
Well, you can't pour it down the drain. Is that what you mean? Or like?
Well, I guess you're just like, grease is expensive. You don't throw it out.
Oh, no. That's stupid.
Yeah,
I just throw my shit out. Yeah.
People
keep it in like
week.
a jar on top of the stove.
Yeah.
It's all this old-ass chicken grease.
Right.
Yeah, what are we... Isn't this fucking Alabama in the 40s?
Yeah, I cleaned up one time. Lived somewhere for 3 weeks. I'm like, look, there's fucking bugs in the shit. Like, what do you want me to do?
Well, you're eating the same bacon again and again.
You know, the dude's like, are you eating off it? I'm like, no. He's like, well, why do you care then?
Yeah.
It's when I lived in the Bronx with those 11 roommates.
Oh, wow. They're all chipping in a little bit on the grease.
Yeah, people started putting stuff in my cupboard. I was so pissed. We had 11 cupboards, all numbered 1 through 11. And I had the smallest one. Every time I'd open it, somebody'd have their shit in there.
Wow. Get some turmeric in there?
Yeah, they like cut the door in half and split our cupboards. Like, the amount of work these landlords put in to make a place hold 11 people.
Yeah.
They had the Chinese walls in the living room.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's just like the way airplanes do it. Everything you get screwed a little bit more and more every year.
Oh yeah. When's the last time you had a long flight with the meal?
That's been years.
Dude, that meal
they
is
charge
disgusting, bro.
Well, now these days they don't even give you food for a cross-country flight.
Yeah.
But I mean, like the cross-country flight, it's just like you can buy a sandwich.
Oh, you mean from L.A. to New York? Yeah, but you go across the continent. It's a different story. Like, you fly to Paris, they're feeding you twice.
Yeah.
Lisbon, but it's like
it's like a microwave meal,
benefits.
Though. Yeah.
I don't even know. It's like a prison meal.
Yeah. Even for regular flights, though, they used to be a meal going cross country.
But what type of meal you think?
It would be some like beef stroganoff or something gross.
Some bullshit.
But they actually put some effort into it. Now it's just you just have to pay for something,
and you
get some like salami and some nuts or something.
You gotta tell them like the day ahead of time, or you just gotta take what they got. The bread. I don't know what it is with their bread. I don't know how an airplane airplane, whatever designs the food, do they personally pick out the worst bread they could find? I've never had worse bread than on an airplane.
I think airplane food is designed so you're not going to you can't possibly get food poisoning from it. Because they don't want a situation where everybody gets food poisoning at once, because then it's like we're all screwed. So it's like we got to get, I don't know, some sort of like scientific food where it's like the kind of food they give you in like the military.
How about when you see like the people up front getting, the people in first class, they can just ask for stuff like, the dude in front of me got eggs. I'm like, how the fuck? They just made them in the microwave. I didn't even know you could do that. I watched the girl do it.
Yeah.
Took a raw egg
it's not good
in the microwave though.
Yeah.
How's that even work?
Yeah.
I didn't even think you could do that.
Yeah, of course. I've seen people make, you've ever seen people make bacon in the microwave?
But raw though. This was an egg she cracked.
Yeah, you're cooking. I mean, it's just heat.
Yeah.
The egg's going to cook.
Yeah, who's doing, I mean, you can't wait till you land to get an egg.
Yeah. I think maybe you pay that much to be in first class.
You know what I hate? When you get the free alcohol with the meal, right? And then they don't want to give it out. You could tell they're trying to walk by real quick. You got to be like, hey, miss.
Yeah.
Give me that alcohol.
Yeah, they don't want you getting boozed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially
I've never had alcohol on a plane.
Well, I never didn't have alcohol on a plane.
Yeah.
That's my one pass. If I go to the airport at 5 a.m, whiskey double.
That is so bad for you. I think that just pinpointed a lot of your problems right there. It's funny because people think it makes their flight easier. Like this is going to like relax me and calm me down. But it's like, no, you're poisoning your body before you already do another hard thing.
Right.
So you're like doubling down. You're already going to be sitting still for the next 10 hours and like not moving your ankles. It's like, yeah, let's throw some whiskey in the mix too.
And I can't
air pressure and shit.
You get that turbulence and they won't let you stand up. You'll be like, miss, I have to stand up.
Exactly.
Sir, sit down. And they pick and choose, the stewards. They pick and choose. They go, if I tell him to sit down, he's going to take it like a bitch. But, you know, I'm not going to tell this lady to sit down because she'll go off on me. Kids are running around crying.
Yeah.
Dude, I've had it to where I'm on airplanes and kids crawl up in my area, on my seat, and they're hanging out. I'm like, dude, whose child is this? Like, you just let your kid...
Who raised you?
Right.
Yeah.
You just open up the airplane door if you want. Why don't you?
Oh, I think these kids, parents are just like, well, what's the worst thing that could happen here? The kid's not getting off the plane.
They say the same thing on ships. This dude's like, man, you believe my neighbor in my cabin goes, you got to watch your kids. They're 4 and 7. He goes, we're on a ship. What could happen? It's like, yeah, dude, maybe they could jump off into the ocean.
Yeah, right. Famous last words.
He's like, there's people around. You think somebody's going to let my kids get hurt? I'm like, yeah. Nobody gives a fuck about your kids. He's like,
I mean, he's on vacation too, right?
Yeah, and you know what he told me? He goes, dude, I came here for one reason, to smoke dope. That's what he said.
Usually they say that. They say two things. I came here to kick ass and eat bubble. No. I came here to smoke dope.
Yep.
I want to get fucked up bad.
People are sneaking dope into the airport now with the vapes. I see it. I'm like blown away. I'm like, dude, they go, yeah, man, you don't want no insignias on your vape, nothing that says marijuana. Just walk right through with it and just tell them, oh, it's just nicotine. You could hit it if you want. And he's like, nobody's going to hit that thing. And they don't know how to check. I wouldn't risk it. I mean, I'm not going to Russia with it, but people...
They don't, yeah.
24/7.
That's not what they're looking for.
They got the weed on the boats. How are they doing it, Danny?
They're just it's in their pocket. No one's looking for that. People are looking for bombs. They're looking for, coke or something.
Yeah.
Weeds, yeah. They're not even they don't have enough manpower to actually police that. Yeah, but they're just. You know what's funny to me though? I pointed this out a long time ago. It's like you can tell how old somebody is in terms of like generationally based on what drug they call dope.
Yeah.
If you ask somebody from the 70s, someone was like doing dope. This guy's on heroin.
Right.
This is a junkie. He's strung out. He's like a trumpet player who's strung out on dope. Mm-hmm. Then you ask somebody who's younger, he's smoking dope, and it's like, no, it's just weed. He's smoking a joint.
Yeah.
Before bed. But no, those are like, there's never been two completely different things. That means two completely different things.
Yeah. Dope.
Because if somebody was going on that boat to smoke heroin, this guy's not coming back.
I knew a heroin dealer, and he told me, he goes, let me give you a best piece of advice. And honestly, this advice isn't going to help me at all, but this was the best advice he can give me. He goes, you can get anybody hooked on dope. He goes, that's the thing. They say an addict's an addict. He's like, if you got one dude that's always calling you for Adivans or pills, just tell him, hey, man, all I got left is dog food. I didn't know that's dope, though, by the way, heroin. He goes, eventually they'll bite. He goes, eventually they'll be like, you know what? Let me get a little bit of that. He goes, just every time tell him, all I got is dog food. It's good, man. And then he goes, yep. He goes, I'm proud to say I got a lot of people on dope. And he was telling me, he goes, Jacob, that's one of my best friends. He's like, yep, got him. He's dope sick now.
Wow.
Because of me. I'm like, dude, what are you bragging about?
Yeah. Well, he's like, he's going to try to sell you.
He tried for years to get me on dope.
Wow, that brown.
Yep, he'd tell me. He'd be like, dude, you'll have all the bitches.
Yeah, famously.
Yeah.
You know how heroin works.
Yeah.
That's what women love.
Yeah.
A dude who's passed out.
He used to always tell me that, dude, you'll get all the bitches.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, like, I think it only takes like a couple times. And I think you're just sick if you can't get it at that point.
I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, maybe it's one of those chasing the first hit things.
Yeah, it's got to be.
I couldn't imagine banging that shit, dude. You see those people, they don't even care, dude. They'll burn the spoon. It's a whole thing, man. My buddy put a spoon inside a candle wax. He let it melt and hold it so the candle can hold the spoon. And then he was able to light the candle, and it would heat the dope up. Like,
oh, wow.
You see these people don't got fingernails from hitting the lighter.
They're doing like a science experiment just to get high.
Yep. Banging that dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dude ended up getting himself hooked on dope, actually. He's clean now.
Wow.
Yep.
Anybody you ever meet, too, who used to do stuff like that? I mean, like, I've met a few people that, like, they did get clean eventually. They go to rehab or whatever, 10 to 12 steps, but they always, like, look back on it fondly.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like it was the good old days.
Exactly, yeah. Well, they're never going to get, it's like, man, I can't do it anymore, but boy, those were the days.
Yeah, they do, man. I just cut grass all day and
I used to just listen to music, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you were a fucking junkie stealing from your parents.
Yeah, I remember the one, people look back on one. There was one huge thing, but I think it was killing people. It was called something where you shoot. I don't know if you shoot crack or you shoot coke. It was speedballing.
Yeah.
But you shoot it up. You shoot like crack or something, or maybe crack and heroin mixed. People in the comments.
Speedball is crack heroin, right?
I don't know. We gotta ask somebody from Detroit or something.
Yeah. But yeah, you just mix those two. It's like an upper and a downer at the same time.
Yeah, they speedball it.
Yeah.
And you shoot it up.
I'm so glad that I don't have any of these kinds of problems.
People shoot it between their toes.
Oh, my God.
Now girls are shooting up that Ozempic, dude. You see those girls all in the corner of the bathrooms. I see in public restroom. I've seen this girl shooting herself up.
I saw an ad on Twitter of some like fake Chinese Ozempic going around.
Oh, yeah.
The knockoffs. It's like $30.
Yeah, I know. I see the ads all the time. They're all over TV. There's like 10 different companies now.
That's going to be the new wave.
Yeah, I mean, nothing's going to replace now they got the Ozempic in the pill form for them white boys that don't want to shoot dope.
Oh, yeah. Someday, I bet you'll be able to have like Ozempic, but it'll be like a roofie. Where you slip it into someone else's.
Oh,
it's like, oh, man, this dude's had enough cheeseburger.
Dan, you just came up with a genius joke. We might have to edit that out.
Yeah.
We don't want Cedric, the entertainer, to hear that joke.
No, if you got a girl, she's doing a little too much with she ordered too big of a steak. It's like, all right, ease up a little bit. And you just go, hey, what's that? She turns around, boom, boom, boom.
That is so funny.
All of a sudden, she ain't hungry no more.
Dan, I hope that nobody's got that joke, bro.
I'm sure somebody's got that.
Nah, dude, that's funny. I love Cedric, but we just watched the Cat Williams thing. I just watched it last night, so they were talking about
Cedric is entertaining.
Yeah,
you can't deny that. The man's an entertainer.
Yeah, said my name, call me Benicious by my initials.
But no, just like there's so many people that I think are taking Ozempic that don't even really need it. It's a guy who's like got to lose like 20 pounds. And it's like you're just being lazy. You could just run. Go do some cardio. You could lose that weight.
Just like Cat Williams says, though, this is one thing. Cat does say this about Ozempic, and it's true. You keep losing weight. Bro, people take it.
They don't want to stop.
I'm serious. I know somebody right now. I'm like, can you please gain some weight? They're looking like they lost They lost like 60.
Yeah, it's gross.
They're below their weight.
Yeah.
I could pick them up. Like, it's this girl. I could pick her up. I'm like, yo, like, you weigh like, you don't weigh
like,
anything.
If you don't eat, you're just not getting, there's no calories going in. So it's like it just stops you from wanting to eat at all. And
it really does. This person I know does not eat.
They
lost 60 pounds, dude, in 3 months.
Anytime you ever, I mean, like, I guess I can only really judge women, but it's like, in terms of like attractiveness, but like no woman ever looks good after losing more than 30 pounds.
Right.
You know what I mean? If a girl she weighs like 190 and she goes down to like 130, there's no way this is going to look good.
Right. I mean, you can't tell them that.
Unless you pace that out over like maybe 4 or 5 years. But if you lose that much, if you lose weight quickly, it always looks bad.
Yeah.
You could tell they're like, all right, maybe you're probably not going to die now. You know, I'm sure health-wise you're more healthy, but it looks weird.
I'll tell you one thing. She is extremely healthy. She's moving so fast. She works out like crazy too, but like little things. Like I remember before to get the remote, she'd be like, kind of moving slow. Now she's like, bam, bam, and back in the bed. I'm like, babe, did you just get up that fast? Like,
but I mean, I think like that's healthy to an extent. Just because you're like have more energy doesn't mean you're more healthy.
Right.
But also, like, your body is burning something.
Yeah.
Where it's like that can only I think after a few years of that, your body's gonna crash because it's like, what are you even burning at that point?
I noticed there's no good mood. There's just very always tired. There's no uppity, hyper. I'm like, look, I want to see you hyper and uppity. This is getting to be a problem.
Right. Well, I mean, like, it's people take something because it's like there are advantages to it. Obviously, I think it should be illegal to take Ozempic unless you're like 280 plus.
Right.
Anything less than that, it's like you could have lost that weight on your own. Anything more than that, and it's like, yeah, you're gonna just have a heart attack. So you got to, this has to happen quick.
Yeah.
But it never looks good.
I'm sitting on 4 grams. Did I tell you? I got 4 grams of Ozempic.
How much do you take?
You're supposed to start off with 0.25 for the first week.
A day?
I think for the first 2 weeks. You do 0.25, then you up it to half a gram. But I knew girls...
Wait, you shoot it up every day?
In your stomach once a week. I knew girls that, the thing is you're going to be projectile vomiting and explosive diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
So that's one way that you lose a lot of the weight. But... I knew girls that shot 2 grams in their stomach, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you're only supposed to, at most, I think, a half gram.
Wow.
But, these girls, did you get those girls, the addictive personality, they see those results, they go hard. Guys, too.
Well, it's just like an ambitious thing. It's like, yeah, why do a little bit?
Right.
Let's take this shit. Right. Take it to the limit. No, but it's just like, yeah. It's just we're talking about Rocky. Yeah, let's go full Rocky on this shit.
Can you imagine if Stallone had Ozempic coming up? He probably had it back then.
Not even that, but it's like Stallone never had to lose weight.
Yeah, but if
Stallone had to, he probably cycled on some steroids or something.
Yeah, it was probably better than Ozempic.
Not even better, but it's like Stallone was never a big fat guy.
It's crazy how those roids are, man. One of my good friends got on roids, banged out weights for 6 months. It would have benched 405 pounds, like whatever 4 plates is aside.
Yeah.
I think it was like 405 pounds. And 445s. Dude, he gets off the juice. Dude's struggling with 135. I'm like, dude, how could you imagine how psychologically that's got to mess you up to be that much weaker?
Because you still got the muscles. You still look strong at that point.
Yeah.
But you actual, like, it doesn't have you don't got the burst.
And you lose size like crazy. Like, he lost a lot of size within a few weeks.
Oh, man.
D-ball. He bought it in a magazine. And you shoot it up. It wasn't a pill form.
D-ball is that's like old school steroids, right?
Yeah,
it's like the 80s
that's that
kind of shit.
You got to go to Flex Magazine, order it to your house from China.
Yeah. Explode.
We were reading the side effects, and dude, this came up online that somebody had an infant baby arm grow out of their back. Do you think that? How the fuck does that even happen?
It's just like hormones and stuff. You're messing with this is what God didn't want you to do.
Yeah.
You cracked the code.
How much could that little arm curl?
Yeah, right. Good God.
Yep, dude, we read it online. This is probably before the internet was full of jargon, too.
Wow.
Yep. He's like, hey, man, it's the price you got to pay. You ever have those friends that are like all or nothing? They'll be saying they have those little catchphrases like, you can only come out of the gate one time.
Exactly. Yeah, those are the guys who are doing like 10 pounds of Ozempic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain people like that to where like, whoa, let's go. I never had that, dude.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah.
Might help you out a little bit.
Yeah, I need a little bit of whoa.
Yeah, a little bit of juice.
Sign the paperwork. They get it like 7 to checking cash in places. They have 10 grand on them. Go to BW Wild Wings. Get hyped for the game. Whoa!
It's weird because like I walk by that GNC like every day going to the grocery store. I never even like think about getting that kind of shit anymore. Some guys are just all over that though.
Oh yeah.
Where it's like there's all those just the protein powder that just comes in this gigantic tub.
Yeah.
Man.
Their whole dresser is filled with shit, and they love to tell you what it is. Okay, so this right here,
pre-workout.
This is for fast twitch muscles. You're like, motherfucker, none of this shit works. Like, look at you.
I mean, I think the one thing I think that I don't know if it works, but like that pre-workout shit that does get you going.
That shit that gets you hyped.
Yeah, it's like basically just caffeine.
You ever see Rich Penna talk about his pre-workout?
Nah.
Did he take like it was equal to like 1,000 cups of coffee?
Yeah.
This dude was like, yeah, this is a lethal dosage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to take pre-workout before I'd wash cars.
Oh wow.
Yep, it gives you energy.
Yeah, I see like dudes at the gym like they're like, just you can see they're about to start working out and they're like fucking neck is twitching and shit.
But your body adjusts. That shit will work for 3 weeks. Then you gotta change it.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than just being yourself and getting on test. Really, dude, test is the way to go. I've never done it, but I see 4 of my friends.
I think really a lot of that too is just it takes. If it wasn't such a pain in the ass to cook. If you did just get chicken breasts and egg whites and all that stuff, you could, I think, make it work that way.
You think you'd up your test?
Well, just your muscles would be, you'd be gaining a lot more muscle, lean proteins and shit.
Yeah.
It's just kind of a pain in the ass to do.
Well, in this city, because you're not taking it with you. I wish that we had a lot more healthy places open where they made food taste good. Healthy's making a comeback. I think people eventually would rather there's more and more health food places opening. They're just crazy expensive, but
I mean most of the health food places that open though, it's just like some bullshit smoothie that's got a bunch of
place.
Not even that, it's some bullshit smoothie that's got a bunch of sugar in it.
Oh, those places, but I'm not talking about that. I mean like, the Sweet Greens and the Digs and
even a lot of that stuff though, like nice places in Soho, it looks healthy. But it's actually like, they are trying to sell you something, so.
Right. I mean, Diggs got the cheese. Diggs extremely high in salt.
Yeah.
Dude, I taste that shit, I get dandruff.
I'm sure if you actually went in the back and look how they cooked it, it's a stick of butter and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's how restaurant food always tastes good.
Oil.
Yeah.
I know in Italy, Italians, they love that oil, dude. It's everywhere.
Well, anytime you watch a recipe for something on TikTok, the first ingredient is always a stick of butter.
Right.
Yeah, this is how my grandma's famous chocolate chip cookies.
How to cook the best steak.
Yeah.
Throw a stick of butter.
Yeah.
How do you like your steaks? Medium rare? You like them bloody?
It's so rare that I actually have a good steak that I always just say medium.
Yeah.
Because I feel like any like low end place, it's like I'm afraid to get it less than actually cooked.
I can't wait till we're successful. I want to go to one of those places and get one of those tomahawks or one of those $200 steaks.
If I was at like that kind of place, that's when you get it like rare.
The gold flake.
Yeah. Where it's like pink looking and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where you got to crack it open with the black gloves on. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. Well, when you can tell you're at like a shit steak place if there's like a bunch of sauce on it.
Yeah.
There's just, it's just covered in stuff.
Peanuts on the floor.
Yeah, but if you go to like a real steakhouse, it's just steak with like, you just put salt on it or whatever.
Yeah, I feel like the worse the steakhouse, the more bread they're giving you.
Yeah.
It's like they want you full before you even get the steak. Man, I can't even eat this.
Yeah. Must be nice.
One day we're going to have it, Dan. We got to get, both of us got to become a little bit more corrupt. I feel like that's the answer to everything.
Yeah.
Get some donation things going.
Yeah, to start running some shows where we charge comedians to perform for some reason.
It'd be cool if
You'll
somehow...
get you an HD tape.
Yeah, we could get a fraction of a penny every time a transaction's done. That's those people that really make money. They'll be like, you get a third of a penny, but you do 100,000 transactions. Nobody's gonna notice that third of a penny.
Right.
That's where we got to get it.
Yeah. We're gonna get some steaks. Man, I can't even remember the last time I had a good meal. You ever think about
good
that?
Meal? We went to a Chinese place yesterday.
That wasn't a good meal, though.
I mean, like a great meal.
I mean, a good meal, though.
Dude, I made some spaghetti squash, Brussels sprouts.
That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, I can't remember the last time I had an actual, like, this is, like, really good food.
So where you're like, damn, this shit's really hitting.
Yeah. That's been, like, I mean, like, this, if you were, like, rate it out of 10, rate your meal out of 10, it's been years since I've had any food that was more than like a 7.
What would the 10 be? Would it be steak and vegetables, meat and potatoes?
Yeah, like a fancy steak.
Yeah.
Peter Luger Steakhouse.
Oh, dude, now you're talking dirty.
Never even been inside, but it looks nice.
People say it's actually an overrated steak.
Well, yeah, there's like the place in Midtown everybody goes. I can't remember the one by MSG.
Oh, yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. But I'm sure that's like,
steak.
Yeah, it's the one that everybody's like, this is the place.
Yeah. You know where I want to go eat at? Frisco's on 6th Ave. You ever see that place? That food looks so good.
Italian or something?
I don't know. The people are wearing white dress shirts. You're like, man, I just feel like I'd be successful. Yeah, people are wearing
so
white
much of the
dress
time, though, it's when you're walking through like Manhattan and you're walking by like one of those real fancy looking restaurants in Midtown. It's like, I'll probably go my entire life without eating in this place.
Right.
It's a shame.
Well,
I wouldn't even know what to do if I walked in.
You got to get in the habit of running out of places. See, you go there.
But those kinds of places, it's like you can't even, I don't even think you can run out.
Well, the secret is
like, multiple doors and there's a guy with a suit.
You got to go with somebody. Be like, no, that's my girl. She's right there. I'm just going to smoke. And then you leave. I would never do it.
I've never actually done that before in my life either.
I did when I was 16. My buddies all ran out on this huge tab. I had to run out. Like I had no choice, bro. It was like 11 of us eating.
That doesn't even. I don't even think people do that anymore.
People still do that,
but like not very often. You don't see it very often in like Manhattan or anything.
I would never do it because I was a waiter and I got my karma, man. I had a group run out on me, and they were cool. They knew I would never be able to pay it off. It was like a $500 bill, but they made me cover like 200 of it.
Yeah. But just like imagine what this lifestyle is like, where you could just like go out to dinner on a regular night, not even like a special occasion, and just drop $250.
Right,
man.
And that's nothing to some people.
And you could just walk in. You don't got to think about like, oh, where should we eat? Should we, because like when you're kind of broke, your options are so limited.
Yeah.
That it's not like, oh, which restaurant should we go to? But it's like if you got that kind of money, it's like I just walk in anywhere.
Yeah, you're broke. You're like, hold on, this place charges tax. I don't got the extra $1.13.
Well, if you're broke, it's like, no, let's get on the train and go to Chinatown.
Buy a handful of meat.
It'll only take 20 minutes to get there.
$1 dumplings.
Yeah, but if somebody's actually got money like that, and you can actually like, you ever have somebody give you a restaurant recommendation with somebody who doesn't realize you're broke? and they're like, oh man, I found the best seafood.
Yeah.
You got to check this place out. It's like, oh yeah, I'll write that down. It's like, yeah, I've always wondered where to get seafood in New York City. It's like, no, that is not the issue. It's not a matter of recommendations.
Yeah, that is true, dude. You gotta go talk to, and then they know the guy. Talk to
it's
Jerry.
Like on TikTok, there's like people have like hacks for New York City. Like, here's the best way to get restaurant reservations.
Oh yeah,
how you get the best reservation? It's like that's as if that's the problem for me.
Right,
man. I wish I could just reserve a table somewhere.
Now imagine being at that place where you're trying to eat at the place where nobody even gets reservations. That's the whole nother level. It tastes good.
Yeah. My God. I mean, that's when you're dropping like, that's 400 easy.
I had a realtor. She got me into this apartment. She charged me $2,500 realtor's fee.
Yeah.
After I moved in, she tells me, oh, yeah. I told her, I said, no, I'm not giving you that. I was already living there. I moved in when she told me. I gave her $1,000. She's like, you can owe me $500, but she goes, but check this out. I know you're mad about that $1,000. I know it's a last minute thing, but I got to get paid. But she goes, but I can get you in at a restaurant I'm like, bitch, you think I just gave you $1,000?
Well, I'm arguing with you over $1,500. You think, I'm not, that's just not part of my life.
I'm like, do you think I want to spend? You're going to hit me for another $700 for this restaurant? Some of these restaurants, you're spend $700 at.
Ah, of course.
People don't realize it.
People do realize, I think. Yeah. I mean,
the Midwest, maybe, you know.
Yeah. Well, I think, there's so many people in the city that are living they're in such a different world.
Yeah.
Where it's like they can see, it's almost like they can see more colors than us.
Yep.
Or we look around, we can only see like, oh, that place, I get a hot dog over there. But someone's got some money like that. It's like the city's open.
Someone took me to a nice restaurant once, and it made me uncomfortable. I went there, and first off, it was so much money. I just ordered an appetizer. It was some bread and some fucking little shit, because I didn't know if they wanted. I didn't know they were gonna pay. It was after LOL. So I'm looking for the cheapest thing, glass of wine. They're like, get a bottle for the table. And those rich restaurants, you have your own server. They just don't leave the table. It was just awkward. They're just standing there. And, dude, you sip the wine, and they pour some in there. I'm like, oh, no. It's okay. I can only afford one glass.
Send over the poor guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they stand there, dude. Everything you need, they just right there.
Yeah, you look at the menu and, like, doesn't have prices on it.
Oh, dude, that's crazy. This one had prices.
It's just like, it just says, like, market price for the fish.
The cheapest stuff was $40 at this place. It was bread with some tomatoes on it.
Wow.
And oil. $40 for 2 pieces of bread.
Must have been some good-ass bread, though, right?
It was all right.
Oh. I'm sure if you got the sea bass or something, though.
Oh, some scallops. I want some good scallops.
That's the thing. It's like, it is one thing, too, because it's like I'm broke, and I've always been broke. But I'm not the kind of person in my head who's like, if I'm going to get steak, I only want to go to the good steak place.
Yeah.
I'd rather just not have steak. But there are some people who like try to find a discount steak.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, I'm going to go to the place where the steak's only $18. And it's like, no, why are we even bothering at that point? Because that's going to be shit steak.
You ever buy any meat off the street like in Harlem or the barber shops when they come in?
No. I never like cook good steak either.
Yeah, I did for a little bit. I used to have a hookup, man. I had a dude, but then I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't think I should be just buying meat off this guy out of the trunk of his car. Like,
right. Well, I think that's how you get like real good meat. That even if you're like, even if you got money,
yeah,
it's like a private deal.
You know, these butcher shops, a lot of people rip them off. You ever go to a butcher shop? They want the money up front before they cut that beef.
Yeah.
They're like, dude, we ain't cutting that damn beef.
I did TaskRabbit gigs where someone had me pick up from one of those fancy like butchers in Chelsea.
Yeah.
Where it's like an artisanal shop and it's just like the size of this room and everything costs like $200 or something.
Yeah.
So they just had me carrying like a grocery bag of beef. And it was like $1,200.
Wow.
I was just dropping it off in like Tribeca or something.
You know, it's funny. In New York, people act like they know about the best steaks. Oh, in New York, you go to the best. But people are sleeping on the fact where the steaks come from. You go to like Ohio, these farm boys are eating 4-inch steaks every night. Shit's this thick.
Right, but they don't got the Japanese shit.
Which Japanese shit?
The Kobe steak, the beef, the shit that's like, you know, the
where it looks like there's dirt on it. But
yeah,
that's the
it's
seasoning.
like marbled.
What is that about? What is?
I don't know, but it's like that's not for guys like me and you.
What is the marbled shit?
That's that real shit. Yeah. See, people like you don't know.
You don't know about the marbled shit.
You get impressed by the wrong stuff.
I don't know if they rub dirt on the steaks.
No, this is like very fancy. There's like one Japanese farmer who knows how to do it right. Yeah. And everybody's like, that's the guy. And if you get something that's not from that guy, it's like, that's shit.
Well, those farmers, man, it's a whole world to it. I knew people, I was playing with his cows, his little calves. And he's like, don't let that calf run. I'm trying to keep its meat tender.
Yeah.
And, you know, they just put them in a little cage. So they don't move. That's how you get that veal.
Oh, wow.
Yep. People don't want to talk about that.
Must be nice.
Getting that baby calf muscle because they don't want that muscle strong.
Oh, yeah.
You ever been to a farm?
Yeah.
You know, it's weird. They have they punch holes in the sides of cows to let that air they could let the gas out.
Oh, yeah.
Because you ever see their stomachs get big?
Mm-hmm.
That's got to hurt the fucking cow. You could see its insides, bro.
Yeah, I mean, everything hurts the cow.
I mean, how's it not bleeding, though?
No, I mean, I think you got 1,000 cows. Eventually, you figure out where to poke it.
Wow.
They got that shit down to a science at this point.
Yeah, they let that methane gas out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I never like the kind of restaurants I eat at. I always eat very like cheap food, but I never want to get the cheap version of nice food. You know what I mean?
Well, what other nice food is there? Like even like cheap pasta?
Yeah, well, even like sushi. I mean, sometimes if I go to the grocery store, if I'm just there, but there are some like sushi restaurants where it's like, this is like the cheap sushi restaurant.
Right.
Where the roll is like $15 or something.
Oh, like every sushi restaurant I go to?
Yeah, and it's like, it's like,
$6, you mean?
I'd rather just not eat that. I'd rather just eat at Chipotle or something. Because this sucks. Why am I don't want to degrade. If I'm going to get sushi, it's like I want to go to a good place. Well, I'm going to get steak. I want to get real steak, not this bullshit like sauce steak.
I mean, with the sushi, you know me and you go to that $6 spot.
So. Well, I go to the grocery store if I'm there. It's like I'll eat that, but it's like that's just like basically fast food. That's not real sushi.
I can't tell the difference, but people could. I've had real
sushi before. In Japan or something.
$20 roll.
My parents, but not even $20 is pretty. That's not that good either.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, real sushi is probably like more than that. But it's like once you have real sushi, it's so much better than this cheap shit at the grocery store. Is not even like I mean, it's like eating like strawberry candy compared to like strawberry.
Right. They don't put a lot of meat in the grocery store one.
Well, it's that, and it's like everything's old.
Yeah.
Nothing's freshly cut, and it's like nothing's like high quality.
Yeah, dude. When I was like on food stamps,
sushi flavored rice, basically.
I tried to pull that off. I made it look all nice, like I just ordered sushi from a nice place, and I lied to her. She's like, you gotta call them back. This is horrific. It tastes like grocery store sushi.
Exactly.
I legit got it from a grocery store.
Yeah. Even like a hamburger, though. It's like I know there's like real hamburgers going on in the city. I walk by places where people are eating like a good hamburger. Not this smash burger bullshit that's going around.
Right.
Or like the 7th Street thing. Who cares? That's like street food. But I can see like if you ever walk through like Midtown, it's like Diamond District area. There's like those like fancy hamburger places. You see these finance guys eating at. The burger's all tall looking.
Dude, I had one of those.
Oh my God.
Listen, I knew a girl that worked at that place right by the cellar on Minetta.
Yeah.
What's
Minetta
that
Tavern?
burger place? Minetta Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
They got the Bob Dylan or something.
Oh, yeah.
It's some burger that's like $50 or $65. She gave it to me. It was worth it. Honestly, if I had money to blow. First off, the thing was the size of my head. It took me a day and a half to eat it. It was about this much burger meat. Huge, everything. It was so freaking good. Honestly, I couldn't stand the girl, and I stayed friends with her hoping for another burger.
Oh, yeah.
I think I ended up getting one more extra one. You know, because I called her.
Just think about that. Some people, that's nothing. That's just some regular burger.
Oh,
that's my
the
Tuesday
kids
burger.
Hanging out at that place, yeah, dude, without a doubt. That place gets a whole different crop of people in it than West Village. Like, you know, when you go there, it's a certain individuals in and out of that place.
Yeah, well, it's like world famous for their, you know.
They're like, listen, we're better than all these people out here eating at that. Although, dude, I'll be honest with you, I do love a 7th Street burger.
It's too fucking small.
It's greasy.
It's greasy, but it's like this is like eating like this is like finger food.
Right.
This isn't like a dignified, like I'm gonna sit down and like, you know, take a picture of my hamburger kind of food. Not very photogenic.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I'm addicted to? One of the cheapest burgers of all time. Still got unique taste is McDonald's, man.
Yeah.
I love that. The smell of a McDonald's burger.
Yeah, I mean the Wendy's burger it's not bad for a fast food burger.
Still not as good as a McDonald's now.
Yeah, but it's like when you compare that burger to like that real burger from Minetta Tavern, it's like, what are we even talking about here? Right? This isn't even like, it's like a movie compared to real life at that point.
I mean, how rich would you have to be to drop $50 on a burger? And plus the tip, and then, you know, it's extra for shit. You get the fries, a drink. I mean, it's $100 burger. Let's be honest. Your $65 burger plus tip and a drink.
Yeah, about 100.
About 100.
I mean, that's just like, I don't know, you got to do the math, but I'm guessing you probably make like 150,000, 200,000 a year.
I mean, that
probably even more than that.
That's almost my rent, the burger, if I eat one a week.
Yeah. What a life, though, huh?
Yeah. I could live somewhere.
Imagine not only that, imagine getting that burger and not even finishing it. And just like not even taking it with you. But just eating half with some girl and just be like, all right, let's get out of here.
Yeah, throwing the napkin down.
The burger's down. Yeah, just throw some cash on the table and get the fuck out. That would be amazing.
Dude, that is. People, they pull out the 20s and start dropping them.
Yeah, but it's like once you got that kind of money, those guys don't take food to go.
No.
There's no like doggy bag to I'll finish this later. It's like, no, I'll buy another fucking $60 burger.
If you even ask for a doggy bag around those guys, they lose respect for you.
Yeah. What are you, a dog?
But you know, some of those guys are just thinking they lived that life because they had a good month selling cars. And it's like, yeah, dude, I want to see you next month when there's no lease deals. Let's see what you're eating then.
Let's see what happens once Toyotathon ends.
Yeah.
Everybody's eating good during Toyotathon.
Yeah, throwing them 20s down. You got the little IG model girl. You hit her up, gave her $500.
Still though, it's like it's one thing you can make fun of the guy because it's not going to last, but it's like he's eating a good burger for now.
And there will be another Toyotathon.
Yeah, it comes every year.
The end of the year closeouts.
Yeah,
2025s.
Even if you were living that kind of life, like when you had that apartment down there,
yeah,
you knew it wasn't going to last.
Well, I wasn't living that type of life.
Not even that, but it's like even when you had the apartment, though, it's like at some level deep down, you knew you just enjoy it when it's happening.
Right.
This shit is nice. This at some point it's gonna go back down, but it's like this is life.
Right.
And it's like, man, that guy who's going in there eating that burger with that girl, it's like he's living for a little while at least.
Well, in my mind, I honestly thought I'll be able to sustain it.
Yeah.
But then I crunched the numbers. I'm like, why would I do this? Why would I do 99% of my income to live somewhere?
Yeah, but it's like once you get that burger, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that guy is like for like those 2 months out of the year, he can afford it. He's really living. And then you spend the rest of the year just thinking like, man, January was nice, huh?
People really looked at you different when they're like, you live right here. Like, actually, it was more, if I can go back in time, I probably wouldn't have told people because it was more of a jealousy thing.
Yeah.
And dude, I had random comics wanting to shower at my house. They'd be like, bro, I can't shower. Bro, I really can't shower at your house. I'd be like, dude, that's such a weird thing to ask.
Like that's some regular shit people do?
Yeah. I'd have my girl there. I'd be like, babe, my friend really needs to shower. I let 3 comics shower there.
Wow.
I'm like, dude, this is just a weird thing. Bro, I need a fucking shower.
Yeah, can you imagine asking somebody else that?
I would never, ever do. Dude, I knew comedians that would go up, grown men, like 25 years old, and they'd go to club managers and say, I can't feed myself. I need help. And it's like, bro, I feel like, at a certain point, if you're 28 years old, go get a fucking, you can't do one thing.
Well, that's different than just asking a guy, let me go into your bathroom and shower.
Right. It's even worse when you put it that.
You stay here. I'm going to go in there. Yeah, I'll shower. Yeah, you'll hear me singing in the shower for a little bit. But
yep.
I'll get out of here.
Fucking floor soaking wet, using all my shampoo.
Oh, yeah. That's gross.
Yeah, you don't want people knowing you live over there. People wanting to sleep over and shit.
See, the thing, though, is I would love, not only is that if you're that rich enough where you could afford the Minetta Street burger and you got the girl with you, but just imagine, too, it's like, if you got that kind of money and you got your friends with you and you just pay the whole tab, like it's nothing. You just pull out the wad of cash and throw it down like, nah, you guys are good.
You have a good amount of fake friends if you could do that.
Even if you're real friends, though, just imagine how good that would feel to have that kind of money where it's like, this means nothing to me.
Yeah, real friends, it would feel good to help them out.
Even fake friends, just to stun on them.
Yeah, just in front of their girl.
Yeah, this is nothing. This is my Toyotathon money.
I want your girl to know, I'll get her something, too.
Yeah, right? She wants dessert?
Yeah.
She can have dessert.
Yeah, don't listen to him. I know me and him are living on different playing fields.
I'm blessed.
I had somebody come stay with me. They were like, yeah, I'm going to stay a few days. They stayed an entire month, 30 days, and they bitched at me the whole time that I was stupid for living there. And when I lived in West Village, they were like, you're throwing your money away. Then when the realtor was coming, they tried to get the apartment from me. They were like, I'll pay more to live here. Wow. I was like, yo, dude, right in front of me, this motherfucker's going to try to come at, bro, what's going on?
Cutthroat.
See,
that's the kind of move, though, from somebody who also doesn't really have money.
Right.
Because if you had money, I mean, like, here's the other thing about not having money is you end up having to find a hookup.
Right.
Somebody's got to do you a favor. You got to convince them.
Yeah.
They say, "Oh, call me tomorrow," and you call them and they don't pick up.
Yeah.
And it's like, "Oh, I got to follow up the call and I got to somehow run into them." You got some actual money. You don't got to deal with any of that shit.
Yeah.
If you got actual money, it's like, no, they're calling you. It's one thing, and then you send them a Venmo payment and they give you a key.
Yeah, they don't got to
deal with
time.
any of this shit. Yeah, rich people don't have to deal with that shit.
You could tell people, I know a guy, man, he's always flossing, but then the dude's always buying used tires. I'm like, dude, he's like, nah, I still got some tread on it. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I hung out with this dude for a whole day in Ohio so he could save $10 on a tire. I'm like, bro, at a certain point, I was like, dude, I bought you lunch. I put gas in your car. I just need a ride to the store. It's always some hustle calling somebody. No, all right, hold on. We got to stop over here. It's like, bro, it's a $10 tire.
Yeah, right. Let's get some Kumo tires.
Yeah. Get some Kumos from Walmart.
Yeah.
It's always those people that they're like, they'll borrow a gold chain from somebody. Let me borrow your gold chain. That's another. Right. You ever have somebody want to borrow your jewelry? I had a Movado watch. Man, I kept lending that thing out. Come on, man. I got a date.
If they need it, yeah.
Hood dudes will, they try to maximize everything out of their friendship. Let me get a little bit of your cologne.
Oh, yeah,
Come down, drive over, and let me just get a couple of squirts.
Let me get some olive oil from you.
I got a date. It's like, bro, I'm not driving to your house with my cologne, bro.
Yeah. And then that's why we got to get some money, though.
They'll always put that guilt trip on you. I'm the one that told you about the cologne. All right, man, I'm fucking coming over.
You didn't know what a Movado watch was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it's always the hookup.
Once we get some money, though, rich people don't got to deal with any of that shit. They don't got to borrow stuff from people. They don't got people borrowing stuff from them.
Well, that's when you lose friends. People's, man, let me borrow your car. They won't have a license.
Well, that's why you got to get rich friends, too.
Yeah.
Everybody's just like, got it.
No, you're right. I mean, if I became rich, though, dude, I'm still hanging with you if you weren't rich.
That's why I'm going to get rich, too.
I'd throw you some money, too, though. I mean, I have your back, though.
Yeah, but it's like...
up.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's a given at this point. But if we both had some money, though, just imagine that. Imagine having to fight over the check.
Oh, me and you, we both want to pay it?
Yeah. Not even if it's me, you, and like 3 other people. Where it's like, no. And then you stand up from the table like you're going to fight the guy.
Yeah.
It's like, no. This is, and you put your hand on their hand.
Yeah. This is on me.
Yeah.
You
start comparing your YouTube numbers or something.
Don't worry. And then you got to always throw in you got to let the dude's girl know you're doing so much better. That is a big thing. We got to admit.
I think that's your big thing. That's
not me. Dude, that's a big thing.
This is your entire motivation for everything.
Yeah.
It's just to degrade another man in front of his girlfriend.
Yeah.
This is what it's all for.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Look at your girl. She deserves it.
Yeah, right.
Let's go get a hot air balloon. What do you say? You guys want to go around New York?
Just pull out your phone. You want some shit from Amazon?
Yeah.
I'll buy you some stuff.
Let me show you this. Then you start showing pictures on your phone. Then there's 1 or 2 of you with no shirt on laying in a tub of gold. That's nothing. Don't.
I mean, I think you're still thinking about like new money rich.
Yeah.
And being like, there's a level, I think, when you first get some money and you're still insecure and you want to show off.
Yeah.
But there's the level after that where it's like, no, you already got some money. Everybody at the table has already got some money. So it's like, no, we're good.
Yeah, we're good.
I mean, the guy, I think it still feels good to be the guy who pays for dinner.
Yeah.
Because you still kind of get that psychological edge over them a little bit, but you play it cool.
Whenever you're paying for dinner for a group of people, you could feel like you could tell them how to live their lives, don't you? You just put some food in their belly.
Yeah. On the way out, you're just like, see, you got to buy a German car.
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys, they know how to make cars.
It's always some weird advice. Make yourself available.
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's how I made it. Well, and my father owned the company. But other than that, I was available.
It's important to say no, but sometimes you say yes.
Yeah, you don't got to say yes to everybody. Okay? This is your life.
Even when I'm rich, though, like that, I'm still going to carry cash.
Oh, without a doubt.
I mean, like, because some people... Rich people, they either are the kind of guys who carry cash or they carry no cash whatsoever. They only got the black card.
Oh, yeah.
I would still love to be a guy who still pulls out like a wad.
Yeah.
Just a wad of like 50s or 100s and just drop it on the table.
Yeah, dude, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Just drop that shit down.
It's like, no, we're good.
Right in front of your friend's girl.
Yeah, right. Throw her some money too.
Yeah, count out a couple. Hey, don't tell your husband about this. You deserve it.
These are real bills.
You know, it's true, though. That money, a lot of girls go for that money. I told you I almost married a girl because I had some Ralph Lauren hair gel, and she couldn't believe I had it. It was only like a $20 hair gel.
Yeah, you get that at Marshall's.
Yeah, I ended up getting it for Christmas, and either way, it blew her away because she didn't have that hair gel money.
Wow.
And she told me, she's like, my friend told me I'm stupid if I don't marry you.
Wow.
And she's like, that's why I stayed with you for 3 years. Because you had that Ralph Lauren hair gel.
Yeah, if he's got this kind of hair gel, man.
That L'Oreal, I think
what kind of toothpaste you got?
You know, I had a new car. I had a TV stereo in the car. I was behind on payments, but she didn't know.
Wow.
They repoed it.
Yeah.
Right after I manipulated her to move in. Got rid of the car, you know. I quit buying the nice hair gel, started buying that clear shit from the dollar store. It just says
Suave.
gel.
Yeah.
Suave, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's Suave. Oh,
that
the welfare.
Takes some years off your hair.
That's why my hair's falling out now. We grew up on Suave.
Yeah.
It's 98 cents.
You can feel the burn.
Yeah, it's 98 cents.
It tingles.
This is your hair you got to spend.
Man, even just like imagine... Even when I go out to like bars, I mean, like I'll usually just get like one drink just because I'm at the bar. Just imagine being the guy who's not even thinking about it.
Yeah.
You go one of those bars where the drinks are like $18 and you're just like buying, just buying a whole round.
Dude, I knew a dude. He made good money. He did a delivery service in New York. I don't know. It wasn't weed. It was like, he drove one of those big semi trucks around New York. So, he made money. $50 shots, man, that Japanese whiskey in the Lower East Side.
Oh, yeah.
$50 shot. He'd sit there and sip it. He'd have like 2 or 3 of them. $150, leave a $50 on the table.
So that's how cool is that, huh?
Yep.
Just sitting in the corner with some Japanese shit.
Quiet.
Yep. Listen to some jazz.
And then he couldn't wait. I said, what are you shooting, dude? He couldn't wait for me to tell me. Oh, well, have you ever heard of Yakasami?
No, you never heard of that, huh?
Yeah. I'm like, no, I didn't. He goes, it's right there on the top shelf.
Oh, wow.
Yep. You know that shit. They had to get a ladder to get that shit down.
Wow.
Fucking $50 a shot, Lower East Side.
Yeah, just sit in the corner, sip your Japanese whiskey, and like solve a crime or something.
And he would be there 2-3 days a week. But the thing to me was, that's just openly flossing because you could just buy the bottle and drink that at home. It's going to be way less.
Nah, you're missing the point. The point is to be out.
Yeah.
You're paying for the experience.
People got to see you drop that.
Yeah. Nah, drinking at home, there's no dignity to that unless there's like, you get bring somebody over.
Right.
You're like, here's some of my Yakasaki whiskey.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, if you're the guy at the bar, especially if it's like kind of like a shit bar too, and you're the one guy who they have to see the bartender climb the ladder to get your fancy whiskey.
Yep.
Everybody's seeing that.
Yeah. It's a whole event. People are stopping.
Yeah.
They're ringing the bell.
They're doing this with the...
Yeah. Bing, bang, bang, ding, bang, dang. He's got the Yakasami.
Yeah.
Yep. Little 22-year-old bartender's all impressed.
Wow.
That's the way to do it.
Or even they got those like if you're buying clothes and they got those little like boutiques where it's just like one small room.
Oh yeah, you love that shit.
Just like a rack of like the same looking shirt.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't even know how they pick a size. I guess it just fits.
Yeah.
You just go in and it's like I'll take those pants and that shirt.
It's funny, the people that make a lot of money, that's what they do strive for. Like I said, I know somebody, she's very well off, and she's all about the $1,000 T-shirt that's just a black T-shirt.
Yeah.
She's like, no, that's like, that's the style. That's like French. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Balenciaga.
It's just a black T-shirt for $1,000.
But the fact that you don't have to like, you're not at H&M waiting in line.
Yeah.
And you're not like, nobody's trying to return some socks. And you don't got to try it on in some bullshit, dirty-looking dressing room. You just walk into this nice, clean-looking boutique. There's just one guy working there looking at a laptop. And there's like one security guard by the door who's like bullying people away.
You ever see those jean stores where they physically make the jeans upstairs? They're on like the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
That's the shit.
It's like Japanese denim or something.
Oh, dude, I know somebody that gets their jeans done there.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. It's like, bro, this is great.
What a life, huh?
I think it was an Italian guy actually that was making the stuff, but they measure you and they make the jeans for you.
Yeah. And they're like the fancy kind of jeans where it's like, nope, you don't wash these at all.
Yeah, those boots from Chile that are $1,000, them handmade Chile boots with some of those jeans, a little $1,000 black T-shirt.
Anytime you can tell somebody too that the thing you're wearing is Japanese.
Yeah.
Or the thing you're drinking is Japanese, or the steak you're eating is Japanese, you know that's some high-class shit.
Yeah.
Or it wouldn't be over here.
And honestly, you're right. I mean, that's why I'm surprised you don't talk more about being Japanese.
I don't got any money. It's fucked up. I'm Japanese, but I can't even afford Japanese stuff. It's too fancy for me.
Yeah.
It's just got too much class.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. That's why I was saying if I ever like get into the weed business, I'm just going to start selling these joints and just tell people it's Japanese joints.
Bro.
Hand-rolled Japanese. This shit's only $15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's great.
Yeah.
But there's seaweed in here. You smoke some of that shit.
2 for $50.
Yeah.
You don't even got to add anything to it.
Right.
That's the thing. Those Japanese jeans are just jeans, but they're just very well made.
Yeah.
It's very thoughtfully designed. But it's like, my Japanese joint. It's like, you don't got this.
Right.
You don't want to buy that Washington Square Park shit.
Yeah.
No.
Dude, this is Japanese.
This is the Yakasaki.
Yeah, dude. You give somebody
you don't got none of this.
That. Yeah.
This is what the rappers smoke.
Dude, you're right, too.
Yeah,
my God. You would be killing
This is what Rihanna smokes.
Japanese hand-rolled joints. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lower East Side Japanese stuff.
Like, yeah. I mean, we're kind of in the same boat. The Italians got good stuff, too, and I can't afford none of that either.
Yeah, you could at least get a bowl of pasta somewhere.
I could get some filas. I remember filas were real good.
Yeah.
Actually, I did just have a good meal. Oh, dude, I got in. I lied my way into a restaurant. Dude, I'm telling you. The IG followers helps me. We go to this restaurant. I forgot the name of it. Begins with an F, Upper East Side. Nice Italian food.
Mm-hmm.
And anyways, it's New Year's Eve. The place is packed. Everywhere is packed. We see this restaurant. We see one table open for 2. And I go in, and they're like, oh, no, we're full. And I go, oh, well, I'm an influencer. I just pull up my IG. I'm like, I do food reviews. But we would just be really quick, and I just want to give you guys a great review. I ate here before. They go, oh, well, as a matter of fact, if you could be done in 45 minutes, boom, dude, had a table.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, you didn't even really lie.
Yeah, I didn't really lie.
You could give them a review if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. How was the food?
It was good.
Yeah,
I probably should give them a review. It was actually great.
Still, though, you got to know there's like, I mean, that's like a special occasion for you.
Yeah.
But just imagine how cool would it be if that wasn't even a special occasion.
Oh, just regular.
That was just some regular ass shit where it's like you taste it, you're like, this is all right.
Right.
It's like, you want real Italian food. Then you start, rich people eat at a restaurant and they tell you about a different restaurant.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like, you think this is good. Oh, man. You got to go to Rome.
You could tell how rich somebody is when they start to say creme de the creme.
Oh.
You ever hear that saying?
They say croissant.
It's
croissant.
the creme de the creme.
Yeah. Oh, you never had.
Yeah, dude, I was all over Rome. Yeah, I got to admit, this place definitely didn't keep up. Rome's a different type of taste. I think they
even in Rome, though, you didn't have like the Prince Harry kind of
I
food.
didn't have the Prince Harry.
You didn't have the Andrew Tate.
But there is a lot of great places in Rome, and there's also some shitty places. One thing I found out about Rome is if you're going to eat at a restaurant, make sure it's specific to that food. Like, even the Indian food in Rome is good. I tried it. All over the world, there's Indian food and Chinese food. It's very popular.
You can't screw up Indian food.
Yeah, you can't. But if you go to one of these restaurants, I went to one last minute. It was a Friday night at like 8 o'clock. I didn't make reservations anywhere. All these restaurants, it's hard. In Rome, it's hard to get in if you're just by yourself because they want 2 people at least, you know. But, dude, I went to this Italian restaurant, but it was also served Indian and Mexican food. Dude, it was by far the worst food I've ever ate in my life.
That sounds horrible.
Like, why would I even eat there?
Yeah, I don't know what you were thinking with that one.
I went to one place where the pasta was pretty good. A lot of people recommended it. It still wasn't that much. It was like $39 for a plate of pasta or something, but it was great.
But you know, though, when Andrew Tate's in Rome,
Oh yeah.
This dude gets some like gold-plated pasta or something.
The thing that blew me away about Rome was how many of these little places people will go pay $150 to go swing with their couple. Like, it's a huge thing, swinging in Rome.
Oh, for some reason in my head I was picturing a swing.
Oh, like,
no, just fucking someone's wife.
No, there's places I went, they're like, well, it's $150. I'm like, to get in? They're like, yeah. And it's so many swinger clubs.
Oh, wow. It's all the pineapple.
Yeah, it's over by the water. They go by the water.